gain. Clock running, 1:25 left. Oklahoma State has all 3 timeouts. Charlie Thomas and Dustin Harris made the tackle. 2nd and 1. Whedon under pressure again, got it off to Blackman. He's ridden down by Dustin Harris at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Cowboys.
That's a mismatch. If you have Dustin Harris on Justin Blackman with the safety in the middle of the field, you got to take advantage of that.
Under a minute to go after an 18-yard gain. Whedon throws again. Caught and out of bounds goes Josh Cooper, the senior from Mustang, Oklahoma. 1st down into A&M territory, 46-yard line. And a timeout called by A&M.
That's smart. They got to get their short straightened out there, because right now, Sean, they had that rhythm that they've been looking for, that they lost on the last series. They have it going right here.
Tim DeRuyter's defense on its heels and a little bit out of breath, so they use their final timeout of the half on defense. Now the answer to today's Aflac trivia question. Who's the oldest player to win the Heisman Trophy? You got this right last night at our meeting.
Yes, I did. Shockingly.
And similar to Brandon Whedon, former minor league baseball player, Chris Weinke came back to Florida State at age 28 years and 5 months. He won it in 2000 for the Florida State Seminoles. If Brandon Whedon were to win it this year, he'd be the 2nd oldest, a little bit younger than Weinke. He's come out firing on this possession, starting at his own 16, completions of 9, 18, and 11. And still all of their timeouts. Blitz off the corner, and the pass went over the head of Josh Cooper, who stumbled down.
First it was the 10-yard line that had good coverage, and now it's the 40-yard line that had good coverage. Both times the turf monster got him.
Charlie Thomas is down to offense, but just the 3 points. Had to march the long field every time. Another blitz off the corner. He got it off, but Cooper couldn't catch it. Lionel Smith had the coverage. 3rd and 10, 44 seconds left, and all 3 timeouts left for Oklahoma State. They're out of field goal range right now.
That was the right read by Whedon, and he had time. Just wasn't accurate.
And Cooper did look a little bit tired as he tried to run down that throw. But 2 out of 6 on 3rd down. Whedon is going to try to run. Slides down after a 2-yard gain. That doesn't do them much good. Clock runs. Didn't get him into field goal position. And now Mike Gundy has to figure out what to do. They're letting the clock run down. It's 4th down and about 8.
I don't understand at all. That's just poor clock management right there. And actually, Sean, that was a poor play by Brandon Whedon. If you're just going to get 2 yards, throw the ball away. If you're going to take off and run, then take off and run.
They're going to let it run down and either throw a Hail Mary or try to kick an exceptionally long field goal on the last play of the half. That's what they do. Timeout called with 1 second to go. The clock ran out, but it looked like Mike Gundy had signaled and received the timeout from the official on the sideline. Some of the Aggies had made their way to the locker room.
Oklahoma State, first charge of the first half. 30-second timeout. Timer, please reset the game clock to 3 seconds. 3 seconds on the game clock.
And now I think he'll take a shot into the end zone. Brandon Whedon has not played well here in this first half.
It says a lot about his skills when you're 17 for 23 for 153 yards and a half.
Right.
And it really hasn't been his best effort.
Well, part of it is Tim DeRuyter, the defensive coordinator, has been giving pressure or the illusion of pressure and forcing him to have to go to either hot reads or underneath throws. And then they've been able to defend them. At one point, like I said, he's going to have to trust the protection and take a shot down the field.
So a Hail Mary in all likelihood. And Whedon is sacked to end the half by Sean Porter. Mike Gundy's team on its first possession marched right down the field, 72 yards, 13 plays. They kicked the field goal. Since then, 3 punts, and the half ends with a sack on a Hail Mary try. 3 sacks by the Aggie defense. They lead the country in sacks per game. Here's Janine.
Coach Gundy, you knew the pressure would be coming, but how can you get something going offensively here?
Well, we've really moved the ball fairly well. We started inside our own 10 twice, and we sputtered out. Then we had 2 15-yard penalties. Took ourselves out of it in the first quarter. And then on defense, we're not tackling very well. We've missed about 6 tackles, best I can count, that would have given them, or did give them, an opportunity to convert drives.
What are you sensing? What's the vibe from your players right now?
Well, we're a mature team. Our guys will rally back. We'll get them going in the second half. We got to get tempo on offense. We got to eliminate penalties, and we have to tackle better.
All right, we'll see you second half, Coach. Thank you.
And his team will get the ball first to begin the second half. They love it here at Kyle Field. Texas A&M at the break, leading number 7 Oklahoma State 20-3. Stay tuned for a complete halftime report after these messages.
(20-3) over Oklahoma State. With Jesse Palmer, I'm Scott Van Pelt. Welcome in. If there's an MVP early on against an offense that's averaging over 50 a game and over 600 yards,
Yeah.
my guess is that maybe he's not on the field.
Texas A&M defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter is calling an absolute gem right now. He has effectively taken Justin Blackman out of this game with double coverage. Justin Blackman right now only 3 receptions, 31 yards, and because of that, he appears very frustrated. Tim DeRuyter has also done a great job dialing up the pressure. They've been able to sack Brandon Weeden twice. Now keep in mind, in last year's game, they had a lot of success early in that first half. In the second half, Oklahoma State offensively figured Tim DeRuyter out. They came back from 14-point deficits twice and ended up winning the football game on a field goal as time expired. I think in this game, if you're Tim DeRuyter and Texas A&M, you keep the pressure on. You keep dialing up several different blitz packages. Try and keep Brandon Weeden and company off balance, but no question about it, if you've held an offense that averages 601 yards per game to only 3 points, that's a win if you're A&M.
Another matchup.
Back at Kyle Field, College Station, Texas. First top 10 head-to-head matchup in the stadium since 1975, and at the half, number 8 Texas A&M leading number 7 Oklahoma State 20-3. 301 yards of offense for A&M. Not a paltry total, Matt, for Oklahoma State. 185. Brandon Weeden's on pass for over 300. Blackman on a pace for 100 receiving. Randall for 100 rushing, but long fields, poor field position. The penalties Coach Gundy mentioned. We probably should mention the A&M defense too.
Yeah, they've played very, very well. And, you know, if you watch it today, there's 2 things really that are going on right now. The A&M defense, they've been getting pressure. Tim DeRuyter's been dialing up blitzes. They have been giving up some yards, but it's not been killing it. There's not been any shots down the field. Everything's been in front of the zone. They've been able to defend it. And then Ryan Tannehill is just playing lights out. He's beating them with his feet. He's bought time in the pocket, and he's been accurate with the ball. So this right now is a huge drive. This opening drive for Oklahoma State is a monster. They must get points here.